They said two children can grow in the same house and still be complete strangers in spirit, and nothing proved it more than Nana and Eve. They were stepsisters, but you wouldn't even think they shared the same compound. When Nana was calm, soft-spoken, and kind to the bones, Eve carried arrogance the way some people carry their shadow, everywhere, all the time, without shame. Nana's mother had died when she was very young. Her father remarried a few years later, hoping to fill the empty space in Nana's life. But the man didn't last long. Years of smoking and drinking caught up with him, and kidney failure took him away before Nana could even finish primary school. After he died, everything changed. Most women would have abandoned the children of another woman, but not Mama Eve. She treated both girls like they came from her own womb. She worked from morning till night, farming, weaving, washing for neighbors, just to feed them, clothe them, and train them well. She bought them the same food, the same wrappers, the same slippers. She paid school fees for both. She prayed for both. And when Nana cried at night missing her mother, Mama Eve held her the same way she held Eve on her bad days. She was the kind of woman the village respected, a mother with a clean heart. But no matter how much love she poured, no matter how many times she corrected her, Eve refused to change. Her arrogance was like a sickness, a sweet one she enjoyed and didn't want to be cured of. Whenever Eve and Nana walked through the village, the difference between them was painful to watch. If they passed by elderly women walking slowly, balancing firewood on their heads, Nana would greet politely, "Good afternoon, Mama." But Eve would laugh loudly and mock them, saying, "Can't you walk faster? Even snails move better." If children played on the dusty path, Nana would smile and walk carefully so she didn't step on their toys. But Eve would kick their tins and stones away, shouting, "Do you want to scratch my leg? Move!" Nana spent half her life apologizing for Eve's mouth. She apologized to elders, she apologized to mothers, she apologized to children. Sometimes she even apologized to goats because Eve would scream at them too. "Mama is trying for you," Nana would whisper whenever Eve insulted someone again. "She's trying to raise you well. Why don't you listen?" But Eve would roll her eyes and hiss, "Nana, leave me alone. I don't have time for all these your good girl things." Mama Eve prayed, she fasted, she begged, she scolded. Nothing entered Eve's head. Until one fateful morning. After years of training, correcting, praying, and hoping for change, Mama Eve called the two girls into her room. She didn't shout, she didn't scold. She simply sat on her small wooden stool, wiped her hands on her wrapper, and said calmly, "Children, you are old enough now. It's time to start taking care of yourselves." Nana looked worried. Eve looked excited. Mama Eve continued, "The world is bigger than this village. Go out and explore. Look for work, earn your own money, and build your future. There are plenty of opportunities in the neighboring village. People go there and in 1 year, their lives change." The girls' eyes widened. Freedom, money, a new life. It was everything they had wished for. Before she could finish speaking, Eve jumped up and screamed, "Yes, Mama, thank you. I'm tired of this boring place. I want to make money and show everyone that I'm somebody." Nana smiled softly. "Mama, are you sure we are ready?" Mama Eve nodded. "Life will teach you what I couldn't. Just remember the values I raised you with." Eve rolled her eyes and hissed, "Values don't pay bills, Mama. Money does." Mama Eve ignored the comment. She stood up, held both their hands, and prayed for them. A long, emotional prayer that carried the weight of a mother's love and fear. That same day, the compound became noisy with excitement. The girls told all their friends. Some screamed in joy, some were jealous, some wished them luck. Eve wasted no time. She went to the market, bought new clothes, stood in front of every mirror she could find, and snapped imaginary pictures like someone about to travel abroad. Nana, on the other hand, packed carefully soap, water, food, and her mother's Bible. She braided her hair neatly. Mama Eve gathered them one last time. She said, "My daughters, you are my daughters. Make me proud. Don't forget who you are." They hugged her tightly. Even Eve, who rarely showed emotion, hugged her mother longer than usual. They didn't know it yet, but that journey would be the beginning of something far bigger and far darker than anything they ever expected. Then the two girls stepped onto the dusty road leading out of their home, laughing, excited, and dreaming of the great future ahead of them.
their bags bouncing against their backs as they walked deeper into the forest path that led to the neighboring village. For hours, they trekked under the hot sun, their feet sinking into the red earth. They stopped to rest whenever their legs burned, ate roasted yam when hunger pinched their stomachs, and drank from clean flowing streams whenever thirst took over. Eve talked the entire time. "I swear, Nana," she said, tossing her braids behind her shoulder, "when I get my first paycheck, I will buy the most beautiful dress in that village. Then I'll attract the most handsome and richest man. You'll see." Nana laughed softly. "Eve, we haven't even gotten the job yet." "Ah, leave that one. I know money is waiting for me. I was born for enjoyment too." Nana just shook her head. She didn't argue. That was one thing about the sisters. Eve dreamt loudly, Nana dreamt quietly. They continued walking, deeper into the thick forest where the air was cooler and the birds sang melodies from faraway branches. Suddenly, they reached a place where the road split into two. One road curved sharply to the left, the other stretched to the right. The girls stopped. They stared. "Which one should we follow?" Nana asked. Eve shrugged. "Does it matter? All roads lead somewhere." "You know what, Nana, since you want to slow down, I'm choosing my own path." Eve said, "The right one looks brighter. That is the road of destiny. My destiny." Nana frowned. "Eve, we should stay together." Are you my mother?" Eve hissed. "Go your own way, let me go mine. We will meet in the village later." Nana sighed. She looked at the left road one more time. Something about it felt calm, safe, like it was calling her gently. "I will go left," she said quietly. "Good. I'm going right. See you at the top." Eve waved dramatically and marched down her road, humming to herself. Nana watched her sister disappear into the sunlight. Then she turned to the left path and took her first step. And that was the very moment their destiny split like the road beneath their feet. And the choices they made that day would follow them for the rest of their lives. Their destinies had just begun. The two sisters walked for a long time down their separate paths, but somehow the forest eventually joined into one again and led them both into the same place, a large, noisy market in the neighboring village. The sun was beginning to set. Women bargained loudly, children ran everywhere, and traders called customers with sweet-tongued promises. Right at the entrance of the market sat an old, frail woman. Her wrapper was faded, her eyes sunken, her hands trembled as she held out a small calabash. "Please, a piece of bread, anything to eat," she whispered. Nana stopped immediately. Her heart squeezed painfully at the sight of the woman. Without a second thought, she opened her bag, brought out the last slice of bread she had been saving, and gave it to the old woman. She even knelt beside her and offered her water. The old woman ate slowly, tears forming in the corners of her eyes. "Bless you, my daughter," she whispered. "What is your name? You don't look like someone from this village." "My name is Nana," she replied softly. "I came here to look for work, but I don't even know where to stay tonight." The old woman wiped her mouth with the back of her hand and stared deeply at her. "Young girl, kindness is rare these days. You gave me your last food without thinking twice. Come with me. You will sleep in my home tonight. You are safe with me." Nana hesitated for a moment, then nodded. She followed the woman through the narrow village paths until they reached a small mud hut. Inside, the woman spread an old but clean mat and gave Nana a small bed in the corner. "Rest, my daughter," she said quietly. "Tomorrow will bring its own blessings." Nana thanked her and lay down, not knowing that her choice had already opened the door her destiny had been waiting for. Meanwhile, on the other side of the same market, Eve had just arrived. The same old man was still seated where she had been before, her calabash still stretched forward.
"Please, a piece of bread, anything to eat."
"You? My bread? You're not even worthy of eating the crumbs. I'd rather feed a pig than waste food on you."
The woman quietly withdrew her hand. Her eyes dimmed, but she said nothing. Eve strutted into the market with confidence, raising her voice. "Please, who is hiring? I need work. I'm strong. I'm smart. Who needs help?" But trader after trader shook their heads. "No space. We don't know you. We are not hiring. Come back in 1 month." Some didn't even look her way. By sunset, Eve's confidence had faded. Her legs ached. Her throat was dry. And for the first time, she realized she had nowhere to sleep. Fear wrapped around her like a cold cloth. She remembered her sister. She remembered the forest. She remembered the insults she threw at the old woman. As people began packing their goods and night crept into the market, Eve's heart pounded. She looked around desperately, and there the old woman was, slowly standing up to leave. "Mama, please," Eve whispered as she approached her. "Please, take me with you. I don't have anywhere to sleep. Forgive what I said earlier." The old woman looked at her for a long moment, too long, as if she was weighing her heart. Then she nodded. "Come," she said simply. Eve followed her quietly. The old one pointed to another bed beside the wall. "You will sleep here," she said. Eve dropped onto the bed without a word, exhausted. She had no idea that her earlier insult had already carved a mark on her destiny, and that both sisters, though in different places, were now in the care of the same old woman, someone far more powerful than she appeared. The next morning, Nana woke up before the sun touched the sky. She swept the compound, washed her face, and asked the old woman softly, "Mama, please, where is the stream? Let me fetch water for you." The woman pointed, and Nana hurried off. She fetched clean water, washed the old woman's clothes, cooked a simple meal, and made sure she ate and bathed before she left for the market. She even held her hand and walked her gently to the roadside. "Be safe, Mama," she said. Then she returned home, cleaned the hut, arranged the old woman's mats, and finally rested. When the woman came back that evening, she called Nana to sit beside her. "My daughter, you will not get a job in this village. Stay here with me. Work for me. I will pay you well." Nana blinked. "But, Mama, can you afford to pay me?" The woman smiled. "Don't worry about that. Just focus on your work and do not get distracted." Nana nodded and agreed, and so her job began. She worked with joy, fetching water, cooking, cleaning, laughing with the old woman at night as they sat beside the fire, telling stories. She planted a small garden beside the hut, growing bright flowers of every color. "These flowers are as beautiful as your heart, Nana," the old woman would say. Nana would smile, shy and innocent. Meanwhile, in the other hut, Eve's morning looked nothing like Nana's. After the old woman helped her the previous night, Eve slept deeply, so deeply that she didn't wake up even after the woman swept, bathed, and left for the market. By the time the woman returned, Eve was still lying on the bed, stretching lazily. She hadn't swept, she hadn't fetched water, she hadn't cooked, she hadn't done anything. The old woman called her gently. "My daughter, I want to employ you if you are willing." Eve burst out laughing loudly. "You? Employ me? With what money? Mama, please, don't make me laugh too much this early morning." But the woman only smiled patiently. "Do not worry about the money. Just focus on your work and do not get distracted." Eve finally agreed, but not with a clean heart. And so, her job also began. She refused to lift a finger. She insulted the woman daily, called her dirty, mocked her wrinkles, stole her small coins and lied without blinking. She slammed doors, broke plates, yelled at the woman for moving too slowly. The woman cried often, "Please, Eve, don't treat me like this." But Eve wouldn't listen. She grew worse every day. A whole year passed. 2 huts, 2 girls, 2 destinies growing quietly in opposite directions. Then one fateful day, Eve was searching the hut for money to steal, lifting calabashes, shaking baskets, opening pots, when something shiny rolled out from behind a clay pot. A diamond, small, bright, and shaped like a teardrop. Eve's eyes widened. She snatched it immediately. She hid it inside her wrapper. Didn't show the old woman, didn't ask questions, didn't feel guilt. She whispered, "Luck has finally found me." That same day, Nana was cleaning her own hut, humming softly, where she moved an old clay pot and had something fall to the floor. She bent down and saw a diamond. Nana gasped softly. But instead of hiding it, she simply picked it up
and gently dropped it back into the clay pot. "This must belong to Mama," she said. She covered the pot and continued cleaning. And just like that, two sisters on the same day found the same gift. One returned it, the other stole it, and fate was silently watching. The next morning, the girls were ready to return to their village. Each of them had lived a full year with the old woman, each in her own hut. When Nana stepped outside, the old woman smiled softly, a smile that carried warmth, wisdom, and something not of this world. She said, "My daughter, kneel." Nana obeyed immediately. The old woman reached into the clay pot and brought out the diamond Nana had returned the day before. She placed it gently in Nana's hand. "This is your reward. You have a kind heart and your words carry light. From today onward, whatever you say will shine like this diamond. Anyone who hears you speak will feel the love inside you." Nana stared at the diamond, her eyes filling with tears. She hugged the old woman tightly. "Thank you, Mama." The woman smiled. "Go in peace, child. Your kindness has spoken for you." Meanwhile, in her own hut, Eve was impatiently tapping her foot. "Mama, I need to go." The old woman sighed and reached into her pot, but nothing was inside. The diamond Eve had stolen was gone.
My child, where is the diamond that was in this pot?
Eve crossed her arms. "How will I know? How can a wretched old woman like you even own a diamond?" The old woman's face fell. A deep sadness washed over her. The sort of sadness spirits feel when a human fails a test meant to save them. She shook her head. "Eve, your own mouth has judged you. You insulted me, you stole from me, you lied, you mocked the blessings meant to lift you." Eve hissed loudly. "So what? I already wasted 1 full year here. I'm leaving. Stay here alone and die miserable." The old woman closed her eyes, and her voice changed, older, deeper, echoing like wind in a cave. "From this day forward, your mouth will bring nothing good. Just as you insulted others, insult will be your language. Just as your heart held darkness, darkness will pour from your lips. Whatever you speak will birth bitterness." Eve rolled her eyes and stormed off. She didn't look back. The sisters met again at the exact spot where their paths had separated. Nana smiled and hugged Eve warmly. "Eve, I missed you. Let's go home." As they walked, Nana narrated everything that happened in her hut. The kindness, the garden, the diamond. Eve laughed mockingly and narrated her own version, twisting the truth, calling the spirit woman a miserable beggar, mocking the hut, and even bragging about the diamond she stole. When they finally reached their father's compound, Mama Eve ran to them, tears rushing down her cheeks. "My daughters, you are home." She hugged them over and over before ushering them inside. "Come and eat. Tell me everything." Nana began narrating her experiences. She reached inside her bag to bring out the diamond. But instead of one, dozens of bright diamonds spilled out of her bag, shining like a heap of stars. "Mama!" Nana gasped. "It multiplied." Mama Eve covered her mouth in awe. "This is not human blessing. This is the reward of goodness." Eve jumped up excitedly. "Let me check mine too." She grabbed her bag, pulled it open eagerly, and rats jumped out. Dozens of them, chasing each other, squealing, running around the room. Eve screamed. She emptied the bag, all the money she stole, all the coins she hid, the diamond she took. Everything had turned into rats. Her lips trembled. "Mama, what is this?" Mama Eve sighed painfully. "My daughter, this is the reward for your behavior." From that day, Nana used her diamonds wisely. She started a flower business using the bright flowers she learned to grow in the old woman's hut. People loved to hear her speak because her words carried warmth, peace, and healing. Her life blossomed just like her guiding. Eve, on the other hand, no one wanted to talk to her. Whenever she opened her mouth, insults slipped out without her control. People avoided her. Her mouth became her punishment. Her behavior became her curse. Because in life, you reap what your heart plants, and the spirit world returns exactly what you give.